Hello. We're going to do some readings. Let's see, wait for people to come in. I've been having an okay day today. I have beer. I never have beer. Well, I mean, I do rarely, but that's usually not what I drink. But I treated myself, and this video is not sponsored by Bud Light. Oh, that's good. All right. Let me shuffle my cards. I'm excited. This is something to do. It's kind of shitty looking out, although it's really dark and dreary, but also where I live, the sun is setting like right now. And on top of that, it's been gray skies all day. So it's really like ominous looking outside. Hi, Manish. Or what does that say? Okay. All right, so you want to know how this person feels, Manish. Well, I think the person is upset because I feel like I don't know how you know this person, but it seems to me that the energy is pretty intense between the two of you, or at least it was. And I feel like really big mistakes were made that maybe I don't see really anything coming of it in the future. Anyway, all right. So 4570 wants to know, can I ask what's coming towards me? Let me see. Can I ask what's coming towards me? So 40, I see some mistakes being made. And, you know, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but I think you're probably going to end up making some mistakes, and then maybe people are going to judge you and make judgments about you. But if you really think about it, it's not because you're a bad person. It's just because maybe you were misguided. Because I think there is a difference between like someone who's evil and maybe someone who's just misguided. So when the time does come and when these things do come to pass, maybe just keep that in your mind somewhere and maybe offer yourself some forgiveness, and also maybe just kind of ponder what part you played in all of what is going to happen. Alrighty. Hi, Margaret. Hi, everybody. Damn it. Now, I will say I am here to have fun today. So just keep that in mind. Usually I'm very kind of like not serious, but usually I'm kind of really trying hard to like answer the questions quickly and get to everything immediately while still hopefully, I guess, doing a good job. You know what? Tonight I'm really just here to have fun and relax. Just something for all of us to do. So I'm really not putting a lot of pressure on myself today. I'll still try to do it well, but I don't know. So anyway, Margaret's question. Hello, good afternoon. Will my bank card come before Friday? Let's see what comes up. Will my bank card come before Friday? Well, Marissa, I'm sorry, not Marissa. Who am I talking to? Margaret. Margaret, I think it will come, but not by Friday. I think it's going to come because, I mean, I'm assuming you probably want it to come by Friday. Of course, that would be great, no matter how I think about your question. Of course, it'd be great if it came as soon as possible. I think it's going to come later than maybe you would hope it would, or maybe even more than you need it to, or it's going to come later than you really need it to. But it will come eventually. It's kind of an interesting looking reading because I feel like it's in the process that things are happening, things have been set into motion, something's not ready quite yet. And anyway, all right. So, Mia, can I ask why are people mean to me? Like social media bullying my family? Um, so, um, I don't know how to answer that because I mean, like, I can't really, like, Mia, you're kind of asking about a lot of different people. Um, it's kind of hard. I can't just pull three cards and get a sense of everybody that you're asking about. You know, your family, people online. I mean, sometimes people are just shitty, even though they're not necessarily bad people. Although even social media, I mean, I can't say because social media is more than one person. I mean, I can't like it's kind of an impossible question to answer. Um, but I mean, if it makes you feel any better, people are very mean to me too, sometimes, um, especially online, even on this channel and even other channels that I have. People are just mean. You know, they don't like you or whatever. Some people are just shitty, evil people. I get that too. Yeah, make it whatever you want. Oh, guys, keep an eye out on my channel because um, I haven't done this in a few years, but I'm gonna do predictions for the year. Like, what's her name? Sort of like Nostradamus or what's that? There's like a lady. Who's that lady who's blind and she's like blind, but she has visions? Like I think she doesn't live in the United States, I think. She lives somewhere else. And Baba Vanga or Baba Yanga, something like that. Or maybe that's completely wrong, but I want to do something like that, like 2026 predictions. I'm going to do a few things. There's a spell that I want to do, which is already on my channel for a vision quest. Um, I want to do that spell. I want to read into some tea leaves. I want to pull some tarot cards. And it's going to be a short video that I make. It's going to be one of the shorts, like no longer than 3 minutes. But whatever comes to me and whatever I'm going to sort of read a lot of different types of things and then get like an overall idea of what like the energy is like. And maybe if I can get things that are really specific, I'll say that too. But I'm going to keep the video very brief, but I am going to do something like that. That's kind of exciting. Okay. Anyway, I have a question from Laurie. Hi, Laurie. Can I ask if they are satisfied at my job that I do every Saturday? All right. So Laurie. Yes. Laurie, you're doing a great job and people definitely see that. Um, I think, and something tells me that I feel like I'm not sure what type of work you do on Saturdays, but I feel like it's not necessarily like rocket science, but I do kind of feel like you kind of add a certain type of charm to it. And it's almost like you find ways to do it even better than what people have this idea that whatever type of work you do, people have this idea that there's like the best way to do it. And I feel like you do it even better than that. Like you kind of surprise people with how well you end up doing what you do or something. Okay. I have a question from Jocelyn. Hi, why did Brendan just up and leave at 4:30 a.m. without saying goodbye? All right, Jocelyn, let me see what comes up. Oh, hang on, my phone's ringing. Give me 1 second. Okay, I'm back. So Jocelyn, something tells me that maybe he wasn't feeling well. That's kind of the best I can see in this, or that's kind of the best I can do. That's what I'm coming up with because you say that he up and left at 4:30 in the morning without saying goodbye. I don't see any cards here that would indicate anything like evil. There's nothing here that's dark and evil. I mean, it's negative, so that definitely um there is negative stuff, but it's nothing evil, if that makes any sense. So I feel like maybe he wasn't feeling well or was feeling uneasy in some kind of way. Um, but it's nothing that should upset you. You know what I mean? Anyway, all right. So Mia writes, hi, what does it say? I would like to know, how does my family like Sagittarius? All right. Well, Mia, once again, you're kind of asking me about a lot of different people here in one question. But I think overall, most people in the family maybe have mixed feelings because there's this sense of this feeling of unease with the Sagittarius. And, you know, maybe they feel the Sagittarius is kind of too forward or, you know, because I feel like your family might be more on the conservative side, I'm assuming. Because I feel like the person you're asking about is maybe goes against certain norms. Um, so there's something like that. All right, moving on. So Marissa asks, will Vaughn Gemini Man come to see me this month? All right, let me see what comes up. So how's everybody doing? Listen, I'm here to socialize too, and because I have no one to talk to on the phone except my crazy parents. I'm all right. Up and down, but things seem to be getting um, better for me gradually. So, I'm all right though. Anyway, will Vaughn the Gemini Man come to see me this month? Vaughn. Man, how hot do you have to be to pull off a name, Vaughn? I. Well, Marissa, I feel like the answer is no. Um, I feel like the answer is no, but I also want to say it seems to me that it's not because of anything like hatred or a lack of interest. It seems more to me like Vaughn is going to be consumed with some kind of problem. Um, it's not because he doesn't like you or it's not because he hates you. It's like he's going to be dealing with some kind of struggle of his own. And honestly, something that he doesn't really even see coming right now in this moment. All right. All right. So, love. Hi, Marco. Does Andrew have good intentions towards me? Love. Yeah, love. I do think that he has good intentions. And all three of these cards, there is this similar type of theme kind of going on in all three of these cards. They kind of all work off of each other in the message that there's something to prove. And I feel like Andrew is definitely um, maybe making up for things that he's done wrong. But right now, today, I see this huge attempt to kind of prove himself. And I think you probably know that too, because if I'm right about these cards and what the overall message here is, I feel like Andrew has definitely done things to kind of um, not show off, but like um, prove something to you, which is his his abilities, his strengths, um, making up for mistakes of the past. Anyway, alrighty. So, Layla, is there something I should be aware of? Hi, Gina. Hi, Lynn. What's up, people? Yeah, Happy New Year. It's exciting. I wonder what the new year will bring. You know? I guess you just never know what the future will be. Anyway, what is the, who am I? Oh, Layla. Is there something I should be aware of? Yeah, I mean, Layla, there is something you should be aware of, which is that you are really over complicating your issues. Um, I feel like in your life, things come up, and you kind of you'll place all kinds of meanings on something kind of that's not that deep. And I feel like you complicate things and you overthink things and you in your head you make things out to be much worse than they actually are. So when a problem comes up, see it for what it is. Is it a big thing? Is it a little thing? Um, you know? If you're going to put yourself under a spell, make sure you're putting yourself under a good spell, something that makes you feel better. And don't avoid putting yourself under spells that are just going to hurt your feelings. Alrighty. So I have a question. What was my old friend Jose's impression of me when we ran into each other at the store about a month ago? Sorry, I'm like gassy. I feel like I'm gonna burp. All that beer. All right. All right, let me see what comes up. Okay, I'm having fun. I have nothing else to do. Might as well do this. And I get to see you guys. Lynn, I'm not quite sure about this because I feel like there was a lot of confusion when you ran into each other. When you ran into each other and when he saw you, and I'm assuming maybe you spoke for a second, because when you say ran into each other, I'm assuming there was energy sent back and forth. I don't know. It seems like he was confused about it. And also, I feel like his feelings were kind of very intense at the same time. Because this is kind of an intense looking reading. So I can't really quite grab at anything, but I don't know what the confusion is about because, like, see, when I first saw these cards, I thought it might be something about kind of the heir to you, like how you were presenting yourself, maybe. He was confused because maybe it's not what he's used to when he sees you. There's something that must be what it is, I think, because that's the very first thing I thought of. After I thought of confusion, I thought about maybe it was more of like a presentation thing. But anyway, that's all I got. Okay. Hi, Odar. Hello. So Gina wants to know, can I ask what is P thinking of me? All right, what is P thinking of Gina? All right, let me see what comes up. Okay, I'm bored. Someone talk to me. Someone bring up a good topic. Okay, Gina. I'm not even sure if Gina's here anymore. But if you're still here, then hi. And if you're maybe you'll see this later, Gina. But I feel like this is kind of a little bit of a dark looking reading. So I'm assuming that things between you and P right now might be a little bit tumultuous, or I feel like there's kind of this energy of being hurt, um, and uh, this feeling like you know, I think P feels kind of lost about you. Um, Maybe surprised by what happened. Um, anyway, alrighty, that's all I got. Okay. Pami, hello. Hi, Pami. I saw the other day at my job a customer that I liked. Will something happen romantically between me and him? Okay. Let me see what comes up. Pami. Oh, when I used to work at a coffee shop, there was this Puerto Rican guy that came in every day. And I will say this on my deathbed, he was the hottest guy I've ever seen. Oh, I don't even know what his name is. I don't care. I know for a fact, I don't know what his name is, but I'm sure it's something like Jared or like um like a name like that. I know it. I know it. I absolutely fucking know his name is something like that. I'm sure of it. Um well, Pami, I feel like I kind of get the sense that there's I think there's potential. I definitely think there's potential that something can happen between the both of you, which kind of would lead me to believe that he's not with anybody right now. Um, because if there was absolutely no potential, then that would kind of lead me to believe that he's already taken, or maybe there would be something else. But I actually do think there's potential here. Now, I think if you continue on the path that you're on, then I don't think anything will happen, which kind of leads me to believe he's not the type of person maybe to have the bravery just to ask somebody out when the person's working or something, or just maybe they feel uncomfortable with the environment. I think a little piece of advice to you, Pami, is maybe make your feelings a little bit more obvious. Maybe flirt. You could, if you are brave enough, you could ask him out on a date. You certainly don't want to be on your deathbed regretting that you didn't at least try to ask him out. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Unless there's something about being in the workplace. I don't know. But that is what I'm going to say to you. All right. I have by the way, hi, Healing Hearts. I don't think I even said hi to you. Up next is Raymond. Will I get my overtime pay Friday or next week? Let's see what comes up. Actually, let me pull some cards first, but I can talk while I shuffle. A little while ago, or a couple hours ago, I ordered a pizza. I ordered a small pepperoni pizza, extra well done, because I like my pizza almost burned. And I ordered a 6-pack of beer, which I'm drinking now. The pizza I just put right in the fridge, and I'm gonna eat it later. But it's kind of good that I did that because I wasn't hungry at the time anyway. And you know what? Why is it that when you order pizza from a place and you ask for it extra well done, they never do that. Like, they never do it. I think they want to cook it well done. I don't say well done. I say extra well done. And like the pizza that I got today wasn't even that. But like I feel like people are so afraid to like make it too well done that they just hesitate because they would rather like do it less than do it too much or something like that, which makes sense, I guess, because I mean, if you're at home, all you have to do is just put it back in the oven for like 10 minutes and then you'll get the pizza you want. But it's probably for the best anyway, because I was planning on just putting it in my fridge anyway, and I was going to have to put it in the oven later when I'm actually hungry. So it's probably actually for the best. But I've been shuffling these cards for so long. All right, Raymond, will you get the overtime? What was the question? Hey, Friday or next week? Well, Raymond, I think it's probably going to be more like next week. But, you know, I mean, it's definitely going to come. I see good omens in the reading. I mean, you're absolutely going to get the money that you're owed. But I think it's going to be more like next week. But there's probably, you know, cosmically in the grand scheme of things, there's probably actually, if you believe in God and if you believe that there are good spirits that are influencing your life, then there's actually probably a good reason for that in some kind of way that maybe you and me will never know. All right. All right, Healing Hearts. Can I know the energy around me applying for cottages at Anna Station Apartments, hoping for an approval? All right, let me see what comes up. Hi, Dr. Rose Quartz. What's up? Hello, people. Okay, what is going on with the cards today? You know, Healing Hearts, my advice to you, well, okay, I'm not going to give you advice. Well, okay, I am. You know, well, okay, hang on. I need a drink. So, I definitely think that you'll get approved at that place, but I just kind of get a bad sense of the place in general. I don't know why, either like you could do better, or maybe you're not going to like it there or something. Because you know, when I look at these cards, I do see an approval, and I think you're going to get in where you want to, but there's something else going on here that I feel like neither of us can foresee right now, but it seems like, I mean, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like you're going to end up thinking it was a mistake to go there. Maybe you already know what that could be, but anyway, all right. Hi, Flory. Hi, Jenny. What's up, people? Ethereal Tarot. Hello. I love that word, ethereal. So pretty. Okay, up next is Flory. Is P in love with me? Let me see. Is P in love with me? Is P in love with me? Yes. Yes. Flory, I think so. I think this person is definitely in love with you. And I don't know, I feel this person also feels very lucky to even be in some kind of connection with you. You probably know exactly what that means, but it's almost like how he or she even knows you, there's some kind of lucky circumstance about the whole situation. Like, I don't know. Anyway, it's interesting, but it's a resounding yes from the cards. Anyway, Jenny, hi, is Donovan wanting me to reach out to him? By the way, Dr. Rose Quartz, how'd it go? How was it? I have a friend who went on a date too on New Year's Eve. And I think she said it was even her first date. That's a funny. All right, Jenny, so you want to know about Donovan. Jenny. This is so creepy, you guys. Literally, I'm not even kidding. Like, look at this reading. By the way, Jenny, the answer is yes. Donovan definitely wants you to reach out. And I see only good energy. So I think if you reach out to him, there's going to be nothing but a pleasant exchange. But look at these cards. I usually only pull 3 cards, and this is an interesting reading because I have one of each suit. And actually, if you look at it, it's even more interesting because it's 5, 6, 7. And it's 3 different cards, 3 different suits. We have cups, wands, and swords. Now, almost every reading that I've done so far today in the 40 minutes, 45 minutes that I've been live, that trend has been happening a lot, where I pull 3 cards and get all 3 different suits. It's kind of happening very frequently today. So I kind of wonder what that means. Like, I don't know, in the grand scheme of things, that must mean something. And I didn't even notice that at first, the 5, 6, 7. To me, I couldn't believe that once again, I got 3 different suits. I wonder what that means. Maybe it's because of the time of the year, like it's the new year and there's kind of that chaotic, complicated energy going on or something. I don't know. Anyway. Hi, Cactus Moonlight. Hello. You know, Jenny, I feel like if you were to reach out to him, I don't think it would be a life-changing thing. I don't think he's ever going to change your life, but I do think if you were to reach out, there would be blessings that do come of it. All right. Ethereal Tarot, I think, is up next. I was wondering, will Dawn reconcile with me? All right. Let's see what comes up. Let's see what comes up. Ethereal Tarot. Oh, Jesus Christ. No, I don't see reconciliation. And you know, I feel like Ethereal Tarot, you know, of course you're asking me, will Dawn reconcile with you? So clearly there's some kind of like, what's the word I'm looking for? There's some, come on, like the energy's not great between the two of you. It's not, you're not in harmony. There's probably disagreement or whatever the stupid word is. But I feel like no one in this situation is a bad person. I feel like a lot of what happened between the two of you was really just bad luck and and misunderstandings. But tension, yes, tension is a good word. It's not quite the word I was looking for, but that works perfectly. But I don't really see reconciliation. Alrighty. And these are the cards I got. Kind of a resounding no. All right, guide, hype. Nope. Can I ask what is best to keep in mind at this time? All right. Hi, Ella. I'm good. How are you? I'm having fun. I'm glad I came on today. So, Guide wants to know what should be kept in mind at this time. Oh, shit. Shoot. Oh, this one. Oh, my birthday. My birthday came up in the cards. So, Guide, I think what you should keep in mind, which, by the way, I see really good energy around you. And I think what you've been doing, I think you're definitely on the right path. And this is all moving in a really good direction. I see nothing but good energy. I mean, if you want me to say something to you, I guess it's just that try to in any kind of moment of darkness, maybe just find your sense of self. And, no matter what happens in life, you will always have yourself, and you'll always have your mind. It's sort of like there are truly things that can never be taken from you. And if you really know about magic, and if you've really thought about life and yourself and magic and what's really possible, then you kind of know that, like, I don't know, like, there are so many things. I mean, the sky is really the limit when it comes to possibilities, things that can truly happen, things that you can really behold. Um, but at the same time, like, there are some things that truly can never be taken away from you as long as you live. All right, alrighty, moving on. Oh, fun. All right. Cactus. No, that's not the question. So I have a question here from Asubita. Asubita. What's next for me in love? Single. All right. Asubita. Let me see what comes up. Asubita. Asubita. You want to know about love coming. What's coming in love for Asubita? Yikes. All right. So, Asubita, you want to know about love, you want to know about romance, and you say that you're single and you want to know what's coming. I do see something coming in the future, of course. I mean, if that's, I mean, that's always the case for somebody who is pursuing love. You will absolutely find love. Um, that's really just a matter of time. But I think the relationship that's coming towards you is something that's really challenging. Not because the other person is a bad person, not because you're a bad person, but something about the dynamic of both of your lives and kind of what you kind of have to face, just base level where you're starting from. I think it's going to be very challenging. And there's something about the whole, like, relationship that seems like a struggle, not because anyone's a bad person, but just because of circumstances that both of you have to deal with. And maybe even it could be even something about the fact that it's you and him or her, the fact that it's you and this person coming together. Maybe that could be it. It's more of like a, I don't know, take people seeing the two of you together, maybe kind of challenges a status quo, maybe. I don't know. Alrighty. Dr. Rose Quartz, will there, where will the love path take me this year? Sorry, I'm good at reading. I can read good. Anyway, where will the love path take me this year? All right. You want to know about the upcoming year and love. I speak very good. Thank you very much. Okay. So, Dr. Rose Quartz, the sense that I get from these cards, I don't really, I mean, you might, you know, you might find fleeting moments of romance in 2026, but when we're talking about like true love and cuz like two people falling in love, if you baseline, if you know about magic and you see things as being supernatural, then you kind of understand that when two people fall in love, there's literally nothing about it that isn't supernatural. So it's really like it's kind of all a very magical thing. It's kind of a big deal when like you really find that person. I don't think this year is going to be the year where you find that because something tells me you're kind of still a lost soul, which I'm not trying to like poo poo on like your parade because you seem very smart to me. You've always been nice to me, but I feel like you still have things that you need to go through and maybe spiritual lessons to learn and things to overcome before God really puts in your path like that special person that you really want. Um, anyway, all right, moving on. I just don't think this year is the year where you're going to meet that person. I think there are still things that have to happen first. What they are, fuck if I know. But all right. So Ella wants to know, can I ask how my lesson will go on Thursday? Thursday. Oh shit. Yes, I speak very good. Well, Dr. Rose Quartz, you know what I just thought of? Really beautiful diamonds have to be cut. They don't just come looking like that. Um, you know, it takes force, it takes being cut to really be beautiful. Okay. I should get that tattooed on me. I love that. All right. Anyway, I'm answering Ella's question. All right. Can I ask how my lesson will go on Thursday? Hang on. Let me pull Ella. First of all, I don't think it's going to go well, but let me just pull 3 more cards because I'm kind of curious about something. um, okay, so Ella, I don't really know what type of lesson that you're talking about. I kind of get the sense it's really not going to go your way, but I also kind of feel like it could be you are the one who could have prevented it from going badly. Um, you know, even though I feel like something is something about this lesson you're asking about, there's some kind of evil force among the whole thing. Like either your teacher or the instructor, or there's something going on here that's kind of very dark and almost sinister, some kind of bad energy. But with that being said, at the same time, I still think you have the power to do well, but maybe you're not going to use your power the way you should. Um, anyway, that's my answer. So, Cactus Moonlight. Um, is anyone is welcome? Oh yeah, yes. If so, may I ask if my health and mobility will improve this year? All right, let me see what comes up. Um, Cactus Moonlight. I love that name, by the way. Cactus Moonlight. Ooh, that just touches me. When I see the name Cactus Moonlight, I'm thinking about like a summer night in a desert, clear skies, full moon. I don't know. And since it's nighttime, it's not hot, it's not cold, it's not even really cool. It's just slightly, it's like comfortable. It's like perfectly comfortable with a nice big full moon, and it just, ooh, love that. All right. Anyway, what was the question? Oh, it's about your health and mobility. All right. Let's see what comes up. Well, yeah, I think it will improve. And there's actually a card here that talks a lot about health, the Five of Pentacles. But, I definitely think things are going to improve. Because I kind of see that you're going to go through this change where you really start to take advantage of what you have, because there's almost something that tells me that things can really improve for you, and the help is right next to you. The help is always there, and you had the tools all along. But I feel like you're I see this transformation with you where you sort of, you take advantage of every word of wisdom. You don't overthink it. Um, something might not make perfect sense, but it might actually be helpful, even though it's true. It really doesn't make any sense when you really think it through. But in some bizarre way, it can still actually be helpful. And I don't know, I see you going through some kind of transformation where you really start listening to different ideas and just trying things without overthinking it. And I just think the whole process is really going to make a difference for you. Alrighty. By the way, hi, Tanyeka. Hello. Sorry if I said your name wrong. Hi, Wildflower. Hi, dear. Could you tell me if going abroad to work will help me align with my purpose more? Ooh. Going abroad. Cool. That'd be fun. Especially, well, I guess it's really fun if you go to somewhere cool. Let me see what comes up. Anyway, Wildflower. Wildflower. Well, Wildflower, I think it's definitely a good idea. I think it's a great idea to go abroad and do whatever work you do. I do get the sense that maybe what you're really going to gain from it isn't so much about any sense of purpose. I think I feel like it more has to do with what your future is going to be. When you say purpose, I'm not getting the sense. I'm getting the sense it's not so much about feeling any kind of purpose in life. I think it's just it's gonna give you a sense of like, where do I want to be in this world, and how do I want to enjoy my time, and what's important to me, right? I think it's gonna be more something like that, but I think it's definitely a great idea. Anyway, moving on. Swati. Hello, Swati. Swati. Hey, can I ask if Anthony's intentions are here for a long time or a good time? Ooh, interesting. That's my middle name, Anthony. It's funny. I often forget about my middle name. But it's not that I forget about it. I just literally never think. I just never think about it. So if I'm ever like writing my full name down on a piece of paper and I see the name Anthony, it almost looks like it's weird, like that name is actually part of me, even though to me it just looks like it's almost not my own. I feel like I sound crazy right now. I'm just saying, it never occurs to me that that's part of my name. Anyway, Swati. Oh, like Jennifer Love Hewitt. Love that. Oh my gosh, are you Jennifer Love Hewitt? I'm a big fan. All right. Oh, once again, we have 3 different suits. This is happening a lot today. Swords, Pentacles, and Wands. And a 3-card pull. Well, Swati, I get the sense that I don't think Anthony's going to be around for a long time. I don't think that's even really his intention. To me, it seems more his relationship and his connection with you is more about his own healing. It's not so much about being invested in you. It's more about him recovering from something else. Anyway. But there's definitely at least one card here about I just don't see anything like this going the distance, but I don't know, because your question was about his intentions. I don't think Anthony's a bad guy, but I didn't see anything in the cards that really looks promising to me. Someone that you really like. It just wasn't that impressive looking of a reading. Mi scusi. Hi, Lovey. Hello. Hello. All right. My beer's getting low. Hi, Chloe. All right, I'm going to smoke some tobacco out of my pipe. Yeah, Lovey, if you want, just drop your question in the chat. I'll get to it. All right, so Chloe's question, does Maria like me as a person, not romantically? All right. Give me a second. Oh, I love smoking. Yeah, Tanyeka, you can ask it. You can ask whatever you want. It can be yes or no. A lot of the questions I get are yes and no questions. Although usually I never just answer yes or no. I try to add a little something else to make it more interesting. Maybe more impressive, I guess. Make you think it's cool. Anyway, Chloe, does Maria like me as a person? I need another beer. Mine is empty. You know, I went on a diet. It lasted for 2 days. Although it doesn't even, the first day doesn't even count because I cheated. Hi. Anyway, so Chloe, does Maria like me as a person? Hi. I like that name, Maria. That's the name of a doll that I own. So, Chloe, I think the answer is yes. I do feel strongly that the answer is yes. And, I get the sense that I feel like there was a message. I feel like it was probably, and nowadays it was probably a text message because it seemed, I got a card that talks about things that are written, communication in the form of writing, which like 9 times out of 10 nowadays, that's usually a text. Um, but I feel like I think you're just misunderstanding something that she said. I mean, you're asking me if she likes you as a person, so clearly there's maybe some doubt on your part. And I kind of get the sense that maybe you're just misunderstanding something that was written out to you. But I do think she really does like you a lot as a person. And and I mean, if you think differently, then I would say prove me wrong, because I think if you were to reach out to her and if you really expressed that you really needed her, I think she would be there for you. But anyway, all right. Okay. Will I move in with a lover of interest that I started to in the talking to in the near future after my graduation? All right. Lovey. Let me see what comes up. Hi, Yvette. Interesting. Well, I mean, Lovey, I kind of feel like the answer is yes. Um, I do see that happening. Little piece of advice: be open to new things, and you know, maybe keep the way that you usually do things. Maybe just be open to doing things a different way. Unless you really know for sure the way you do things is better. Um, but just be open to trying to going about certain things in different ways. But I think the answer is yes. Anyway, and I actually kind of think I have a really good feeling about it too. So Tanyeka, out of curiosity, is Rob an Aquarius from my past planning on reaching out? Okay, let me see what comes up. Let me see what comes up. Tanyeka, Rob. Is Rob planning on reaching out? I'm going to do this one. I mean, Tanyeka, I kind of feel like the answer is no. Something tells me that, like, reaching out to you would put him in kind of a sticky position. So that kind of tells me that he's obligated to other people, or another person. There's definitely something holding him back from doing that. So anyway, all right. All right, Yvette. So question, this new friend AM, is she good to build friendship with? All right. Yvette. I love that name, Yvette. You know, there's a ghost huntress named Yvette. She I think she's from England. Damn it. There's a show called Most Haunted, which you can make fun of me all you want. I used to watch that show a lot. I don't really watch it much anymore. I just kind of went through a phase where I watched it a lot, but the main woman on that show, her name's Yvette. I wish, you know, it's kind of funny because that ghost hunting show, I mean, if you've seen one, you've kind of seen them all. Once in a while, they catch things on the camera that's actually kind of crazy, but usually they just catch nothing. But it is kind of creepy to watch. But I really love her. And I wish, beyond that show, I wish I could see more content from her where she's just kind of chit-chatting and like talking about, I don't know, her hopes and dreams or her interests, her beliefs. But I kind of want her to always maybe try to keep it spooky. But I do love her. I want to see more of her, but beyond just that silly show. I mean, it's not a silly show, but just to me, it's silly because they almost never actually catch anything. It's just so ridiculous. Anyway, so Yvette, let me get back to you. So you want to know if she's good to build a friendship with, this person you're asking about. Oh, definitely. Yvette, is she kind of like masculine? Like, I know she's a woman because you referred to her as she, but I kind of get, maybe, is it like a tomboy kind of a thing? Or I feel like her energy is kind of like, oh, I don't know. I mean, I'm just, there was a tip in the cards about something like that, like kind of a lot of masculine energy kind of going on with her. But I think the answer is yes. I definitely think she's good to build a friendship with. Actually, I see nothing but I see nothing but good energy here. This is what I'm looking at. I see I see I only pulled 3 cards and they're actually all blessings. But there is overwhelmingly masculine energy in this reading. That's why I said that, cuz and I don't even know what made me kind of see that in the cards in the first place, but I suppose it is true. I see nothing but good energy. All right. I definitely think it's a good idea to see where that friendship leads you. And actually, I think it will be very lasting and good things will come of it. Oh, I have one more. I think one more before I'm caught up. No, a couple more. So Amina wants a general reading. Anyway, all right. Amina wants a general reading. Let me see what comes up. Well, Amina, the sense I get from these cards is I do see a lot of disappointment. I think I kind of get the sense that maybe your life has really not been easy. Uh, and you know, obviously, that's not the case for everybody. Some people's lives are easy breezy. I feel like you have really kind of been going through it. And there's this sense of things not being fair. Like, you know, why do these people get to do so much and I don't get to like enjoy myself more? Like there's this sense of this isn't right and this isn't fair. But there is a card here that talks about waiting, all in good time. Things will change and things will change for you for the better. Um, but anyway, I mean, I guess my general for you is really just a message of just be hopeful, just wait a while longer, do what you have to do. Um, think about the powers that you possess and the things that are at your disposal and the knowledge that you have, the things that you can reach out for, the things that you can do, and just go do your best and um, you know um, just wait it out. Wait, just keep waiting. Things will change. Anyway, I'll be right back. I'm gonna go get another beer. Hello. Oh shit. Um, Ah, Shannon, I think you already asked that. I didn't even answer you, did I? Wait a minute. Why do I feel like I saw that question before, but I never answered it? Okay, I'm just gonna, yep, I think I skipped you. Or did I? No, that was, you were up next. All right. So, Shannon wants to know, is M going to bring me a gift? Let me see. Let's see what comes up. Yep. Is M going to bring me a gift? No, why not? I'll do these three. So, Shannon, I think the answer is no. But something that I keep getting is that, like, there's also this sense that M doesn't really feel like they have to. There was something about, because I feel like whatever the circumstance is, I feel like you're already expecting gifts. So, because for he or she to feel like I don't have to, for whatever reason, would kind of lead me to believe that you're actually expecting it from this person, or maybe even some other people. Um, what is it, your birthday or something? I feel like there's some kind of circumstance where you're actually like something to about that, but um anyway, I think the answer is probably no. Um okay. So, I mean, out of curiosity, what's I usually don't do this, but I'm just curious right now. I'm here to have fun. And once again, I have three cards of three different suits. But I mean, how do you know this person? Like, what's the circumstance surrounding this? Is it just like a friend of yours that's coming over and you're just curious if they're going to bring a gift, or are is I mean, what's going on? Are there going to be other people there? Um, anyway, I'm just curious because I don't know. Let me see who's up next. Um, okay, see, up next is Leo 1111. You want to know about the Pisces feelings for you. The Pisces feelings for Leo. The Pisces feelings for Leo. 1111. Ugh. You know, Leo, I kind of get the sense that the Pisces likes you as a friend. I think this person really does like you and is actually someone who would be very loyal to you as a friend. I also get the sense that this person's very problematic, kind of a shit stirrer, causes trouble. But anyway, all right. Let me see who's up next. So Nadia wants to know, am I going to have a relationship with John? Let me see. Okay. Is Nadia going to have a relationship with John? Well, Nadia, I get the sense that I don't really feel like there's going to be a relationship happening with John, but I also feel that's kind of right. Like, you're not going to have a relationship with him, but that's also the right thing. Um, I don't know. I get the sense that when it comes to John, either you or him, somebody would have to go a very long distance. And like, I don't know. It just seems, the whole thing seems wrong to me. I feel like you and John together is not a good idea. Um, I can't pinpoint exactly why, but it just doesn't seem right. Alrighty, moving on. So, Shelly, is Lewis going to visit me? Hi, Shelly. Hi, Starry Night. Hi, and Void. Hi, Eva. Hello, people. Melissa, what's up? All right, Shelly. I used to know a girl named Shelly way back in the day. I wonder what she's doing. I actually think I might be friends with her on Facebook. I should send her a message. Although I'm not even actually sure if I'm friends with her, but see what she's up to. What's her last name? Okay, you know what's going on here? I feel like everything is so all over the place right now with myself, with other people, with the whole world. Everybody's so all over the place. People really need to start to focus more, and me included. But to answer your question, Shelly, yeah, I think Lewis is going to visit you, and I see nothing but good energy here. So, good blessings there. Um, all right, Starry Night. Hi. What are JP's next actions towards me? All right, let me see what comes up. All right, Starry Night. Starry Night. So Starry Night. Something's not quite right about this reading, and I kind of feel like you almost want this person to change because I get the sense that this person, his next actions towards you, what's coming to me is that like it's going to be negative, and this person is really going to show you who they are, and you're really going to see their personality loud and clear, and really the way they think and who they are. And there's just this sense that this person is not going to change. Because if I'm assuming it's a guy, but if JP's next actions are kind of negative and shitty in nature, then that must mean something else is already going on between the two of you. That's probably also not that great currently. But anyway. Did anybody make New Year's resolutions? I don't think I did. I don't even know what they should be. I don't know. Maybe I remember a few years ago I made the resolution to kind of be more of a witch, like do spells more, think about magic more. Um no, my resolution was no, I think what it was is, if I'm not feeling well, make more of an effort using magical principles and tools to make myself feel better. That was my resolution. Which actually, I think over the course of that year, I did just that. And now I kind of do it more than ever. Um, but I guess in other words, this was like 2 or 3 years ago. My resolution was to make more of an effort to feel better in the ways that I know how, or at least ways that I think I can feel better. Anyway. All right, hang on. I just want to check something real quick. Oh, cool. All right. Yeah, I don't know what my resolution should be. Um, you know what? I'm going to make a resolution right now. And I think my resolution is going to be just to work harder. You know, I have this YouTube channel and I have a couple other YouTube channels. And I think I will just work harder at making those become something more. And spending more time devoted to, I guess, bettering my life in that kind of way. Because I guess that is really what I want to do in this world. That's what I want to do for a living. That's what I want to do. I mean, I don't know that. I mean, when I think about all the jobs that I could do, YouTube seems like the thing that really speaks to me the most. Um, but anyway, that's really what I want to do. And I think my resolution will just to be I think my resolution will be just to just work harder doing that stuff. I mean, I have been putting more effort into that stuff lately, but I think like I really mean it. Like I'm gonna at least a few at least a good chunk of the day every day I'll devote to coming up with ideas and shooting videos and just whatever. If nothing else, if I really feel like shit and I just don't have the motivation, at the very least, I'm going to take time to just come up with ideas for videos. I don't actually have to shoot the videos. I don't have to be in front of a camera, but like just coming up with ideas at least. Brainstorming, jotting things down. All right. Anyway, getting back to the readings. So I've been yip yapping too much. In void, can I ask N's next actions towards me? No contact. All right. In void. Let me see what comes up. Let's see. N's next actions. No contact. Interesting. Well, you say you're in no contact. Like, I think Well, in Void, the sense I get is that I think you actually will be in contact with this person again. Um, Although I think it's a he, right? I get the sense that the person you're asking about is a man. Um, I don't know. I just get the sense that like I feel like he's gonna text you probably, and whatever ends up being said is just like let me put it this way. So I feel like between you and him, you're the one with the brain cells, and he's an idiot. So I kind of get the sense that I just get the sense like whatever he ends up saying is just gonna be so stupid, and it's just gonna probably annoy you. Like that's what I'm getting from these cards. Just dumb shit that he says. But anyway, I mean, I don't get the sense that he's actually. I don't get the sense he's a bad person. Just really dumb. All right, something to look forward to. Yeah. Yeah. Let me check my tablet because I think someone just. I don't know what that was. It's nothing. You want to know what he'll say? Let me. I'm gonna pull from this deck to answer that question. I'm just kind of curious. I don't know. I might. I don't. I'm not promising anything, but I'm just wondering if I can. I don't know. Be a little bit more specific. Just this fucking guy. You know what, in Void, the sense I get is that I got my card. This is my French deck, and I got this card, Passionné, which is passionate. It's French for passionate. Um, so I get the sense that the message you're gonna get from him is something about he's gonna be telling you how great you are, and it's just like I don't know. I mean I know this man like whatever. Anyway, because you say you're in no contact, you go all this time without talking, and then he comes out of the blue telling you how great you are. Like, all right, whatever. We all know that guy. Whatever. Anyway, let me see who's up next. Bada bing, bada boom. Okay, I think up next is Eva. Up next is Eva, and then it's Melissa from New Zealand. Are you two still here? Eva wants a career reading. She's currently not working and just kind of wants to get a sense of something. And Melissa wants to know about a relationship with Andrew. All right, not evil, sorry. Eva's still here. Let me see what comes up about the job search. Currently not working, looking for something. And Melissa's still here. All right, 1 second. Let me answer Eva's question. Eva, you're kind of funny because I don't know. What I'm seeing in these cards is, first of all, I think you're definitely you're absolutely getting a job. And I also kind of feel like the job that you do get is like a smart job. Like, and I also see you being in charge of other people. Like, people have to go through you to get to other things. Like, I see you being kind of a leader, being in charge of other people, kind of a little bit of a higher position that takes a lot of intelligence. I see nothing but good energy. I mean, there is something here about the job itself being kind of challenging. Although, why do I get the sense like, I don't know, you're kind of funny because you're asking about career, but I almost feel like it's funny because I think you're so smart and the job that you are going to get is going to be a very good job, but at the same time, you're like in no rush to get it. I mean, am I right when I say that? I mean, I'm sure you are looking for a job and you do need a job, you want a job, but you're also sort of like in no rush to get there. Something like that. But anyway, I think you're definitely going to get a good job. Actually, pretty soon. That's kind of funny. All right, anyway. So Melissa's question was about Andrew. You want to know if there's going to be a relationship with you and Andrew. Melissa. This is fun. I'm having fun. All right, Melissa. Okay. Again, with this, what is going on? Look at this reading again. I pull 3 cards, I get 3 different suits, and they're all minors. Well, of course, when I say suits, it's usually about minor cards, but interesting. That is happening quite a bit today. Yes, Melissa, I think you're definitely going to be in a relationship with Andrew. And I feel like you and Andrew go way back. Like, I get the sense that you have, like, either you grew up in the same town or you go, like, the way you know him somehow leads back to when you were younger. I see nothing but good energy and I don't see big energy, but I do see a lot of really good energy. But yeah, I think you're going to be in a relationship with him. Alrighty. Hi, Pufferfish. Hello. Let me see who's up next. So Laura C., are you still here? Oh wait, I already did that. No, oh wait, no, that's not even a question. Just kidding. Content, are you still here? I think Content is up next. Yeah, it's Content, and then I'm all caught up. And let me see what, okay, you're here. Let me see what the question was. A general for the next 3 days. All right. Content wants a general for the next 3 days. Jesus. Well, Content, I mean, the next 3 days, I kind of feel like it's kind of a downer type of energy that I see. Like there's something that you started that you just want to give up. And I feel like that there's a lot of that energy going on. Like you just want to give up and start over, but you at the same time you kind of don't want to let it go. Kind of feeling conflicted. You really just want to give up, but you don't want to give up. Although if you there's probably like your reptile brain is telling you to give up, but your heart probably in some way feels good about it. The thing that makes you want to keep doing it is probably just your love of it. Anyway, something to chew on. So Pufferfish's question. A general reading for this week. Whenever is my turn. Thanks. All right. Pufferfish. Let's see what comes up. A general reading for this week. Little puffer fish. I guess what I'm seeing in these cards is, in the grand scheme of things, I think you're going to have a good week. Like, all is um all is good when you really think about it. I kind of see little things going wrong. Um I get I see just this constantly kind of being stuck in the present moment. Like, what you really want to do is think about the future and what lies ahead, but you're just stuck in these little moments, these little problems that you have to solve and fix. Um, and did you, Pufferfish, did you recently get a new job? Because there is a card here saying something about that, like um, maybe some kind of new job that you're really not that fond of, or there's some kind of issue there. Um, anyway, all right, moving on. Oh my God. Yeah, tell me about it. When I got a job at a supermarket, this was like a couple years ago. I was working at a coffee shop, but I wanted to get a second job just to keep myself more busy and just to make more money. So I got a job in the produce department of a supermarket, and the training, ugh. Like, I mean, I shouldn't like totally poo-poo it because I had never worked in a supermarket before, so there were things that I had to really actually learn on a computer. But a lot of it was like just it just so fucking sucks. I hated it. I mean, there definitely were things that I'm glad I learned because I just didn't know it. But just there's just something about sitting in front of a computer. Just ugh, gross. I say that as I'm sitting in front of my computer, but that's different. This is different. This is fun and it's interesting, and I mean, the training videos that I had to watch were just like, ugh. And there's just you never get through them. There's always more of them. Anyway, hi Zen. Yeah, I'm doing. This is a the I'm doing tarot readings. Sorry, I'm like stumbling on my words. Yeah, if you want to ask a tarot question, or I mean, if you want like a reading, let me know. Just drop your question in the chat. All right, let me see. So Zen wants to know love life with Libra now energy check. All right, and you say you're in no contact. All right. All right, Zen. Let's look at the energy between you and the Libra. Okay, this one wants to come out, and this one. Well, Zen, I think I actually see a lot of good energy between you and the Libra, which I kind of feel like somebody has the wrong idea about this. I have a feeling it's you. It could be him or her. But I mean, I see really wonderful, really lovely energy. Um, that kind of tells me, I kind of get the sense from these cards that, like, um, I mean, you say you're in no contact, but I kind of feel like maybe you have the wrong idea about this no contact thing. Like, it's not like you guys are shutting each other out. I don't know. It's almost like, because if you're in no contact, it means you're not speaking to each other. But it's not as if you're not speaking to each other. You know what I mean? Do you get what I'm saying? Almost like not even a falling out. It's not that you fell out with each other. The sense I'm getting from these cards and just my feeling about this whole thing, it's just sort of people that sort of went down different roads or something. It's not that anyone hates each other or anything like that. All right. Because I see actually lovely energy between the two of you. I mean, does that sound right? Or was that totally off? I won't be offended if you tell me. I have to pee. Anyway. Hi, Shiva. By the way, guide, I'm glad you liked the reading. I don't even remember what the question was or what I said, but I'm glad whatever I said felt good. Akash feelings for me. All right, let me see. Well, Shiva, this is definitely a very romantic looking reading. Not really in a good way. I just feel like a lot of the cards that came up, I think they're trying to tell me more about maybe what's going on with you. They do kind of answer the question, what this person is feeling for you. Um, I mean, it really doesn't. It's not a great looking reading. I mean, it's nothing hateful or evil, but I mean, I don't know. It really doesn't look that good. But I would just say to you, like, you know, don't try not to like see everything through rose-colored glasses. I would say, like, just maybe get a sense of like let people's actions speak for themselves. All right. Anyway. I have to pee. My beer's almost empty. That pizza's calling my name. Oh, by the way, you guys, I looked at the profile and I have 1,000 subscribers now. Although, hang on, let me refresh the page. It might have gone back down. No. I can't even see how many I actually have. It just says 1K. That is the first time in my whole life that I've seen the channel get to that amount. I got so close to that the last uh, I got so close to that the last 2 times I had this channel. But right before it got to 1,000, I deleted the channel. The first time was on purpose. The second time was by accident. But I'm glad I finally made it there. It's never happened to me before. Although by tomorrow morning, it might go back down to under 1,000 because people will subscribe and they unsubscribe. I don't know why. Maybe I just rubbed somebody the wrong way, but I'm not sure. It is kind of exciting just to see that. Anyway, Shiva, the cards were on the far left, it was the 5 of Cups in reverse. In the middle, it was the Lovers in reverse. And on the right, it was the Knight of Wands in reverse. It's definitely kind of talked about romance a lot there. Hi, Laura. Okay. Can I ask how my day at work will go tomorrow? All right, let me see what comes up. How will Laura's day at work go tomorrow? Oh. That was so creepy. What the fuck? on my back, on my upper back, across the back of my shoulders, there's like a cold breeze. Or there was, and there kind of still is. Out of nowhere. That was so creepy. Jesus. All right. Anyway. All right. All right. Anyway. So Laura wants to know about work tomorrow. Okay. I still feel that weird cold chill. Ooh. You know, Laura, a word that's coming to me is cramped. I think it's going to be kind of, I think it's going to be a bit of a challenging day. I think it's going to be a challenging day, kind of crowded, or you feel like you can't really have like space or something. But although I don't think it really matters because all of the cards I'm seeing, none of this is that big of a deal, but it is kind of something it looks like it's kind of a little bit unpleasant, but it's nothing like tragic. So I think tomorrow at work, it'll be a challenging day for you. But you're going to rise to the occasion and overcome everything. But I mean, I guess my advice to you is if you ever feel like you need some like space, maybe just excuse yourself, take a step out back, or I don't know, just go somewhere where you can just be by yourself, even just for like 1 minute, like 60 seconds, just kind of get away from people. Anyway. So Love Mia has a question. Hey, can I ask if things will work out with me and Nino? All right. Love Mia. So Love Mia, I feel like the answer is like when it comes to Nino, I actually think things can sort of work out. But for every moment that things are working out with Nino, you're kind of settling. Because I feel like, I mean, people have the connections that they have. Some connections are kind of flawed, and some are really flawed, and some are super flawed. And I just kind of feel like the level at which this is flawed is something that's kind of unacceptable. And it's always going to be a present thing. Anyway, I think things actually probably sort of can and kind of will work out between the two of you, but I just don't think I don't know, something to consider. Hi Vamika. Oh no, use hi, oh, your name's Preksha. Hi Preksha. Um, oh, I can't. You're too young. I can't answer this. Okay. I do not give. Wait, am I doing that math wrong? Wait a minute. 11. I don't know. I don't want. I can't. All right. So musical beer. Good to see you. May I ask when will I find a new job? Let me see. Let me see. Oh, yeah, okay. All right. I'm gonna make musical beer the last question I do, and then I'm gonna go take off and I'm gonna start watching some TV, have some more beers, and just relax. And Preksha, I don't think I can even like I don't know what I don't know what laws are, but I just don't think I'm even allowed to even do that. All right, so musical beer. I think you're definitely going to find a new job and very quickly. You're going to find a new job very, very soon. I would say I would just say like I think it's probably going to be in a matter of literally days. I'm not saying that you're going to start working in a matter of days, but I think it's just a matter of days until you open the door to what the next job will be, and you're going to get you're going to the energy that you put out is going to take hold, and it's going to be very, very soon. I see nothing but good energy. And I actually think the job you're going to get is going to be something that you really enjoy doing quite a bit. All right. All right. Okay. And by the way, um, Preksha, I'm not your father, but it seems to me just to get, I'm not going to pull cards for you or anything, but just as like your uncle Marco, um, like you're kind of interested in a guy who's already dating someone else. I would just stay out of that. Um, Cross your fingers. If you really like him, maybe, I don't know, maybe someday he won't be with that girl anymore and he'll notice you. But just as like, just being like I don't know. I would just like not even go there with him, or better yet, his girlfriend. Oh, geez. Okay. All right. I'm going to go now. This was fun. I'm going to go relax and watch TV. And thank you all for coming. If you're watching this in the future, thank you so much for sticking around this long. And I hope you had fun watching the readings. All right. Bye.